Hey everyone, it's Bobby from Let Go Birds, and in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough of how to go about identifying a white-throated sparrow. For context, this photo was taken in mid-December in north central Pennsylvania. So when you're going to identify a sparrow, a good course of action to start with is generally deciding whether it has streaking or no streaking on the underside. So you can see there's some markings here, but nothing dramatic like you would see on, say, a song sparrow. So there's no distinct streaking here, which rules out about half of the species that you would expect to be in this area during the winter. So that just helps narrow down what you're actually looking at. From there, we can see the two main field marks for white-throated sparrow is this high contrast white throat, which you can see really stands out against the body color, and the yellow lores. The facial pattern and the head pattern here can vary depending on the individual birds and the time of year. So there's tan stripe and white stripe white-throated sparrows. And the dull tan stripe sparrows can be fairly brown here, and the brightest white stripe ones can be extremely white. That tends to be more towards May and June when they're really bright. In the winter, all of them are a little more muted. But yeah, so basically an unstreaked sparrow with a high contrast white throat and yellow lores is pretty much going to be a white-throated sparrow every time. You can see it's also a fairly stocky build. It does have a wing bar here. One potential pitfall that I've seen some people make this mistake before, some swamp sparrows can have a little bit of a yellowish cast in the lores, and oftentimes they will show somewhat white of a throat. And I have seen people make the mistake of calling a swamp sparrow a white-throated sparrow. But you can see swamp sparrows are just overall a lot more rusty looking. They have solid rufous wings with no wing bar. You can see on the white-throated sparrow, it is kind of reddish on the upper side, but the rest of the bird doesn't typically look very rusty, whereas, especially in the facial area on a swamp sparrow, you definitely get more of a rusty cast to it. And then the other kind of similar species would be white-crowned sparrow, just in terms of the head pattern being fairly similar. But you can see the black streaks in the crown are typically a little bolder, and just the overall head pattern is very bold, black and white. Even the white stripe, brightest individuals of white-throated sparrow aren't going to show this sort of head pattern. And also there's a distinct lack of yellow in the lores. So hopefully that helps you be a little more confident with white-throated sparrows. If you did find this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.